Good morning, Kai, Jordan, and Miles. Today is Monday, June 1st, last week of school. We're going to finish strong, and we're going to have one more test before the year is out in math. This morning, we are going to be doing lesson 66, and it's talking about circumference and pi. We know pi equals 3.14, and it goes on forever. I think the next number is a 2. Anyways, it just keeps going on forever. What pi is, also pi equals 22 divided by 7. Okay, those are two numbers you need to know. That's what pi equals. And just so you know where they got the number pi, 3.14, 22 over 7, they took the diameter of a circle, and what the diameter is, the diameter will go around once, twice, and then 3 times, and then there'll be this little bit of a gap left over for the 1/4 part, okay? And what pi actually equals is the circumference divided by the diameter. If you divide the circumference by the diameter, you will always get 3.14 whatever. It keeps going on forever. It's not exactly 3.14, it just goes on forever. Okay? So you needed to know that about the number pi. The circumference is the length, the distance around the circle, okay? The distance around the circle. The outside of the circle is the circumference, right? Okay, circumference equals, the way we figure out the circumference equals pi, that's the symbol for pi, times diameter. Pi times diameter will equal circumference, okay? The examples that they give in the book, it will say the radius of a circle is 10, all right? The radius is 10, all right? Well, what's the diameter? The diameter is going to be twice the radius, okay? So the so the diameter of this circle right here would be 20, okay? And to figure out the circumference, I'm either going to multiply it by 3.14 or I'm going to multiply it by 22 over 7, okay? Now, by the way, that's, if I'm multiplying fractions, it would be, I cannot reduce this one right here. So it's going to be, I got to multiply 22 times 20, and then it's going to be over 7, which is a ugly number. If I'm multiplying it right here, 3.14 times 20, all right, then I multiply it out. And this is not going to be exact, but this is how the book would want you to answer it. That would be 0, 0, 0, so then I drop a 0, and that would be 8, 2, and 6. I go over twice for the decimal. So my circumference for this one, 3.14 times 20, would be 62.8. Okay? 62.8 would be my circumference for that particular circle. Now, sometimes they're going to ask you to use 22 over 7. Okay? And sometimes they're going to say use pi as pi, or it'll say leave pi as pi. The examples that they give us are, they'll give us 3 circles for the examples. 1, 2, and 3. And they say this diameter is 30, this diameter is 14, and this diameter is 10. This one they say use 3.14, this one they say use 22 over 7, and this one they say leave pi as pi. Okay? That means you just use the symbol. You don't have to do any arithmetic. You don't have to do any multiplication. Okay? So the first one, if I'm using 3.14, all I have to do is 3.14 times 30. Okay? 3.14 times 30 equals 94.2. If I'm using 22 over 7 for this circle right here, okay, that means I'm going to go 22 over 7 times 14, which is also saying 14 over 1. Now in this one right here, I can cross reduce. They made it easy on me, so I cross that 7 out and put a 1. I cross that 14 out and put a 2. And I multiply across, and that's going to give me 44 over 1, or just 44. Okay? So I had this one for answer 1 with that one. This one for answer 2 for that one. And then they say leave pi as pi. So the answer for this one's really easy when they say leave pi as pi. And actually, when you get into Algebra 1, you'll see I just let the students leave pi as pi. I don't make them do anything, so they can always leave pi as pi. But this one right here would be the pi times the diameter. Well, the diameter is 10, and I leave pi as pi, 10 times pi. That would be my answer for that third example that they give us. All right? It's pretty easy. And they give you a few more practice problems. They give you 3 more circles as a practice problem. Okay? That's today's lesson. You are to do 1 through 30. And I will see you tomorrow.